With me now there's Mr. Rob McEwen. You're a gold legend. The first thing that struck me when I read your vita was Goldcorp. You managed to bring up the company from, let's say, $50 million to a market value of $10 billion. What's the secret of your success?
Have a good discovery, innovate, differentiate yourself in the market, and keep trying to improve the margins and delivering to shareholders. We had a monthly dividend, still do. It's an old industry where you can put the technology of other industries in and make it work a lot harder.
So is Goldcorp your biggest achievement? Is that what you'd call it, maybe?
My family would be. Goldcorp was a great company and still is. I ran it for 19 years. We went through a number of important thresholds. Used the internet to explore. We put in fiber optic underground. We put the first virtual reality lab in the mining industry in. I think it gave me a taste of what we can do again.
You are the CEO and chairman of US Gold, Minera Andes, Lexam Explorations. What distinguishes all those companies from each other?
US Gold is an exploration company exploring in Nevada, which is one of the largest districts in the world for gold, and it has a silver discovery in Mexico. Minera Andes is focused in Argentina. It has a 49% interest in a producing gold mine. It has 100% owned gold exploration properties, and that producing mine and the gold exploration properties are near a large bid made by Goldcorp for another company called Andean. And then in the north of Argentina, we have 12.5 billion pounds of copper in an undeveloped deposit that we're exploring.
So
Lexam and VG Gold, they're about to merge, and it's exploring in the Timmins district of northern Ontario, Canada, which is the largest gold producing area in Canada.
Which investment in your portfolio is to you the most interesting one?
They all are. They're all hopes. They're dreams. One's in production. The other two are waiting to see if we can find something large enough to put into production. I think anyone looking at the junior sector needs to diversify, and so I'm just illustrating that example of diversification. I think they all have good potential.
VG Gold and Lexam are going to merge, you said. What do you expect to come out from this relationship then?
A better financed company with a treasury that will allow it to explore aggressively in the Timmins district and hopefully find the next gold mine up there.
So looking at your involvement, you obviously tend to gold. Is it the precious metal of the future, or is there anything else to come? I mean, the silver price keeps rising too, so is gold still it?
Gold is money. In my mind, it's the ultimate currency, and everybody should think about diversifying their bank account into gold, a portion of it. It will always do well. I think there'll be periods when silver could outperform gold. Historically, there's been an exchange ratio that's fluctuated between 100 ounces of silver buying 1 ounce of gold to 14 ounces. Currently, it's at 55 ounces. So you could see that ratio shrinking, and therefore gold and silver will go up, and silver will go up a little higher.
So a lot of people say gold is a crisis currency, and a lot of people say the crisis is over. So does that mean the end of the rally of the gold?
They have their head in the sand.
Gold keeps beating its all-time highs over and over again. Where do you think the price will go, let's say, within the next 5 years?
$5,000.
That's a number. Do you expect a setback at any time?
Anyone looking at gold and making an investment in it, like any other sector of the market, if it's going up, there'll be a point where it has to stop, correct, consolidate before resuming its path. I believe we're in an upward trend that's going to last for many years going forward. When we hit that $5,000, at that point, well, you should really be looking, I think, at the Dow Jones Gold Index. Take the Dow Jones Industrial Average divide it by the price of gold, and come up with a number, a ratio, how many ounces it takes to buy the Dow. When it gets to 1 or 2, maybe when it's getting to 5, right? Currently it's at 8. It's been as high as 44. If it gets to 5, start thinking about other investments. When it gets to 2, start rolling out, because debt instruments and other equity and maybe real estate, the purchasing power of gold will be at a zenith, and you'll be able to buy those other assets a lot cheaper.
Silver is kind of having a comeback. It's probably 50% off its all-time high still, but do you see any potential in silver at all?
Oh, sure. I own both gold bullion and silver bullion. Silver has been more recent for me, and I bought some, but no, I think it will participate with the move with gold, and as I said earlier, it could outperform gold. It's outperforming now. The last 3 months it's been outperforming gold, if you want to think of it as a poor man's gold.
Another thing that's really interesting right now are rare earths. Is there any potential? Do you see anything going on there?
I'm sure there is. I just don't look at it. Rare earths used in a lot of electronics, and China dominates a large part of the source. So we'll see what happens.
Our program is for small private investors. What would you advise them in terms of how much commodities should be in their portfolio, really?
I think they should be looking at a minimum of 10%. My own, I've lived in the industry, so I'm comfortable with it. I'm over 85% of my total assets sitting in metals. And so it's all got to do with your risk. I believe, unfortunately, that the people that are the bedrock of the country, the savers, the builders, who are holding their money in the banks, are going to be the ones that are hurt the most by this. And they have to change the thinking and start adding something, because the paper currency is being debased far too rapidly.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. McEwen.